Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode number 384 and Doubleshot number 308. Okay, we have Superman Batman volumes 4 and 5. First up, it's volume 4, which collects issues 37 to 49 in number 2. Now, there are at least 6 writers for this one, because they kept changing writers for this. You have Dan Abnett and Annie Lanning, known for their famous from Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, Dan Abnett currently does Aquaman and Titans. Al Burnett, Michael Green, Mike Johnson, and the awesome Joe Kelly, who's wrapping up his run for Spider-Man Deadpool. Yes. This contains 2 story arcs, plus a standalone issue, and of course the annual. The annual is simply put an early meeting of Superman meeting briefly during a brief period of time when Superman lost his powers, became Supernova, and the first time he ever met Robin. That's the whole point in number 2. The first story arc, Torment, deals with the guy on the cover, who's Superman fighting. Darkseid. Yep. Superman is taken to Apocalypse, and Batman spends the whole story arc trying to find him, while basically trying to avoid being seduced by Orion's wife, Boudica. And later on, they do have sex. No joke, they actually do have sex. Though it's basically colored, but yeah, they have sex after she's already butt-ass naked. No, seriously, she does. And of course, at the end of the storyline, she ends up having sex with Orion. So she has sex with 2 people. First it's Batman, then it's Orion. And of course, the last part of the issue ends with her getting killed by a shadowy assailant. Yeah, this actually is a plot thread that resolved until Jim Starlin's Death of New Gods, where it was revealed in that series, of course, prior to that they killed Orion, a bunch of the other New Gods, they were killed by the Infinity Man. Well, Herman, I think his name is, who is also known from people who've been the Infinity Man, a Jack Kirby character. Yeah, basically, Boudica, the woman who helped Batman in this storyline, got killed by her own father. Yep. And then you have the Search for Kryptonite storyline, which starts out with Superman nearly dying from kryptonite poisoning, and simply put, him and Batman go around the world trying to get rid of all the world's kryptonite, though Batman keeps a little bit with him at the end, with several different guest star appearances along the way. We have, in this one storyline, we have Livewire, The Flash. This is, of course, Wally West at this point. Barry has not come back yet. Not for at least for another year or 2. Excuse me. Let's see. Who else shows up in this story? Let's take a look, shall we? We also have the Joker. Yep, he shows up here. Let's see. We also have Booster Gold, Starfire, and Firestorm. Yep, they show up here. I should point out this is the Jason Rush Firestorm because Ronnie Raymond got killed off 4 years prior to the story. We have the second Toyman, who's from Japan, Hiro, I think his name is. Yeah, he showed up in the Public Enemy storyline, which originally published as World's Finest. Let's see, who else shows up in this story? Let's see. We also have the new Aquaman, Arthur Joseph Curry, who basically appeared for his one and only issue, with King Shark. And the guy's name next to him? Yeah, that's King Shark. It's his caretaker. Yeah, this is actually sort of a tie-in to Kurt Busiek's run for Aquaman, Sword of Atlantis, which was actually really good. I actually read it. Let's see, who else shows up in this story? Yes, guest stars galore in this story. We also have Metallo. Yep, it's frickin' Metallo. Let's see. We also have, well, Lois, obviously, in skimpy attire. Let's see. We also have, looks like Blue Devil, Ragman, the Creeper, Detective Chimp, the Phantom Stranger, and I think this woman, yeah, I know who this woman is. This is supposed to be Enchantress. So here's the laugh. Blue Devil. This is Ragman. That's the Enchantress. No, she is not a villain in the DC universe. That's the Phantom Stranger, and this guy here, that's the Creeper. He's a creation of Steve Ditko. A lot of these other characters, well, Conway created the Blue Devil. He made his debut back in the 80s. Enchantress made a debut in the 70s along with the Creeper. The Phantom Stranger is an old character. He's from the 1950s. That's when he made his debut. But people are familiar with him, so he's not that unfamiliar with character. Detective Chimp, I do not know when he showed up in the DC universe at all. I have to look it up. But yeah. Let's see. Who else we got here? We also have... let's see. We have Supergirl. And this is the Kira Zor-El Supergirl. Zatanna. Yeah, she shows up in here. She also shows up next trade as well. We also have John Stewart. Roy Harper. He's next to all. That's him. Yeah, you have a little cameo by him. Let's see. Red Tornado. Yeah, this is a storyline with guest stars galore. Let's see. Who else shows up in here? We also have the little people from the little Gotham, from the little universe. Yeah, they show up in here as well. They also have a storyline later on. Let's see. Who else shows up in this story? Let's see here if I can find out here. I know I'm sort of basically cheating by doing this, but yeah. Let's see. We also have an appearance by, of all people, The Wall. Amanda Waller, when she's fat. Yes. Yeah, she shows up in here for this one storyline, which does lead to the next one. We also have Doomsday, the creature who killed Superman during the Death of Superman storyline. Let's see, who else? I think that's about it. Unless I'm missing anybody. I think there's like one. Yeah, and she's actually a bit of a surprise. Lana Lang. Yep. And she's kind of the one behind all this. Yeah, because at this point in time, Lex is in jail and she's in charge of, she's in charge of LexCorp. Yeah. There's also Power Girl, which I've heard this is allegedly supposed to be, a robot, but it's implied it might be the real one. Yeah. But all the issues in here are really good. So, yeah, if you're a fan of Dan Abnett and Lenny, I highly recommend checking this out. And I should point out, though, originally, one of these issues, issue 43, was not originally collected. Because originally, this trade is basically, it was originally printed separately as Volume 6, Torment, and Volume 7, The Search of Kryptonite. That's what it was originally. But the only two things that were not originally collected were issue 43 and number 2, because these are edited. These are basically retellings. I don't know why they skipped over the annuals for, but they did. Yeah, but this is good. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Next up is, of course, Volume 5, which contains issues 50 to 63 and annual number 3. The writers of this book are, of course, Dan Abnett and Lanigan, along with Lee Wein, Mike Johnson, and Mike Green. Yep. Yeah, there's also something to do with the composite Superman. Yeah, he shows up in here as well. With also stuff dealing with a bunch of like Superman and Batman villains show up in here as well. Now, for this one, is there any issues that, besides the annual, of course, that were not originally collected? Well, for this one, as far as I can tell, just the annual was the only thing collected here for the first time, because all the rest of the issues in here were collected before. And Yeah, because the annual, well, apparently people just DC loves skipping issues for some stupid reason. I have no idea why. They just were. Basically, you start out with basically dealing with the aftermath of the previous story arc. Basically building Smallville. There's also something with Silver Banshee shows up in here as well with a bunch of Superman villains. There's also a brief flashback to Thomas Wayne. Yeah, Thomas Wayne apparently, according to this storyline, had contact with Jor-El, and there's superheroes who help rebuild Smallville. You have Flash, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman on this page. We also have Black Canary and Vixen, Firestorm. I think that's it. Who helps out in the issue? Oh yeah, we also have dealing in I think it's supposed to be Bloodhaven. I think it is, or New York, wherever the Titans are. We have a guest star appearance by the Titans, which is simply Nightwing, Cyborg, and Donna Troy. Yep, just these people. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, we also have a brief cameo by Starfire. Yep. Who doesn't really do anything. I love the flashback stuff with Thomas Wayne and Jor-El. That's really nice. Of course, we had the little Gotham, the little League stuff, which is a cute little story. So aside from them, show up in the, oh yeah, the Joker himself does show up in the issue. But yeah, there's like little versions of known characters. There's a joke in here about Black Canary making out with Oliver Queen, which the little version of a Black Canary thinks it's gross. Well, it's little kids, so who cares? So just there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Of course, here's an awesome splash page of Silver Banshee. The artwork for this issue is done by Rags Morales, who's a great artist. I actually got a chance to meet him at Tampa Comic Con last year. So, yeah, even he agrees that it's nice basically working with some people with weird stuff. Okay, in this storyline we have appearance by what looks like the Tim Drake Robin, who shows up in this story, along with there's a few others. We also have Bane. Yeah, this is basically sort of a nod to when Bane broke Batman's back. Yeah, this is a storyline called Super/Bat, which apparently Batman gains Superman's powers. Of course, here's Santana, who also showed up in the previous arc as well. Let's see, who else shows up in here? Let's look it up here. Well, aside from Bane, we also have here we go. I've already mentioned those characters. Of course, we have John Stewart making an appearance again in the series, which is always nice to see him. This is what the Watchtower looked like in pre-Flashpoint. Yeah, this is the second Watchtower, aka JLI Satellite 2. This is what it looked like. I know it has a different look now, but yeah. Here's Catwoman in her Emma Peel costume. Yeah, and this is the costume that she kept after Flashpoint. All they changed for her was to give her a new set of goggles. That's really it. Of course, Nightwing shows up in the story. Superman helps out dealing with. Of course, we also have appearance by two people who actually did not see before. We also have appearance by Hal Jordan, Red Tornado, and Hawkgirl. This is the Shara Sanders Hawkgirl, the one who showed up in the TV show Legends of Tomorrow, and of course showed up in Flash briefly. Yeah, so I got pointed out. We also have appearance by Etrigan the Demon, Nightshade. Yeah, this is Nightshade right here, the one with the white face. Yeah, that's Nightshade. There's Etrigan the Demon. Okay. We also have, of course, we have Blue Devil. Basically, originally was a costume that got stuck on him, so yeah. We also have frickin' Dead Man, who's an Arnold Drake character, by the way. He's also a guy who created the Doom Patrol. Let's see, who else? a team up between Firefly and Mr. Freeze, which is awesome. Which they also use this kind of team up on the Batman TV show, which I thought that was a really cool team up. Yep. And look at this awesome Batmobile. It's really cool. Kind of reminds me of the... And of course, I should point out, though, in this particular issue, I think this is the Lang Lee issue, yeah. Batman has... let's see, what's a good picture? Here we go. He has the yellow around his bat symbol. So this takes place early in Batman's career. We also have... now, if you wonder who this guy is, that's Anthony Ivo. Yeah, that's Anthony Ivo, the guy who created the Mazo. Yep, the guy who created the Mazo. Yeah, this is... Oh yeah, we also have appearance by frickin' Metallo. This is what he actually looks like. Yeah, well, one of the versions of him. Let's see, who else? Who else is in this story? Let's see. Actually, I think that's it. But also in here in the Manopolis store, we have the Prankster, an old Superman villain. He's not really a noteworthy one, but yeah, he's an old Superman villain. Yeah, he recently appeared in the pages of Kyle Higgins' Nightwing run. Yeah, he did. Where he appeared as a supporting character when Nightwing was in Chicago, before he had to leave and do whatever. Of course, now he's in he's back in Bloodhaven now, which is nice. Let's see, who else in this arc here? Well, we have appearance by John Henry Irons. Let's see here. I'm looking for anybody like noteworthy that I should point out. Let's see here. I don't think there's anybody else in the Manopolis story arc who really big noteworthy character. No, just a bunch of random aliens. And of course the Prankster. In Mashup, I think this is the one that has all the other villains. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a story arc where oh yeah, this is the one where they had the combined Justice League and a whole bunch of characters. Yeah, it turns out this whole thing was caused by Dr. Destiny. No, seriously, it was Dr. Destiny. Yeah, this was just a quick little like 2 or 3 part. It's a really interesting little story arc. Interesting idea of this particular Earth. And it's interesting though that Dr. Destiny, yeah, this is him. This is Dr. Destiny. He's an old JLA villain. So yeah, this is all caused by him. He's a Dream Master, so yeah. And last but not least, we have a story with Tim Drake teaming up with Supergirl. I should point out though, this is one of 2 issues of this whole series where Supergirl teams up with a Robin. The second time she does it, she teams up with Damian Wayne. Yep. And they just take on various people. Like of course they have various appearances by various Batman villains. Like, here's Two-Face. Solomon Grundy, who is also a Alan Scott Green Lantern villain, though people tend to forget that. People only think of him as a Batman villain for some reason. We also have appearance by Commissioner Gordon, the Joker, who was doing something really weird to this person. It's something though that Supergirl slaps the Joker. It's so weird. It's so funny. We also see Mad Hatter, Clayface, Scarecrow on this page. Yep. You could say this is just Supergirl team with Robin to take out a bunch of Batman villains. And look, it's Poison Ivy. First time in the series that Supergirl's encountered her since the issue where Supergirl made out with Poison Ivy back in issue 19. And look, she's with Killer Croc, a Jerry Conway character. Yep. Though not a lot of people know it. And last but not least, we have her taking on Victor Zsasz for 2 pages. Yeah, he's taken out pretty quick. And the last couple issues are just Grodd taking over the world. It's a brief alternate reality 2-parter. But yeah, it's a really good 2-parter. I gotta hand it to the writers. It's actually really good. But yeah, all the issues in here are really good. As far as I know, there's one other trade that's been released. That's Volume 6, and it only contains issues 64 to 73. And that's it. Yeah, just 64 to 73. That's as far as Volume 6 went. So, next book will probably contain the last 14 issues and then the last 2 annuals. That's my personal guess what they're going to do with the last trade. So, this is still good. I get this one a 9 out of 10. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Superman, Batman. Yeah, my friend Edgar was doing reviews of that series, but for some reason he stopped after like 2 or 3 issues, probably because he has other books to review. But yeah, it's a good series, and I love the fact DC decided to do second printing of these trades of the Batman series, because there were certain things they skipped over, like they did print the 5th annual, but the first 4 annuals they skipped over. And they skipped over a bunch of issues for the series when they originally came up with these trades. Yeah, they love skipping issues, and now they're fixing the problem. They put the missing issues back in. They put the missing issues back in the trade. They put the issues in the trade where they belong. So yeah, I do recommend these 2 trades plus the first 3. The first 2 collect Jeff Loeb and Emma Guinness's run, which started off the series, and of course, starting in Volume 3, it's series different writers, and it's like this pretty much the rest of the series. None of the writers stay on for a long period of time. Okay, but that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is episode 385 and Doubleshot number 309. Okay, until then, I will see you there. Bye.